Prime Minister Turnbull says we don't need a royal commission into banking. Instead, he convened a Senate inquiry to ask the tough questions to fix the illegal behaviour by the banks. Let's watch Liberal MP Scott Buchholz interrogating the ANZ executives. This should be quite a vigorous cross-examination.
Mr Buchholz.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr Chair. Gentlemen, would a Royal Commission have the power to instruct you to drop interest rates on a credit card?
Not to my knowledge, but I'm not sure.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it would not.
Oh, that wasn't such a tough question. OK, so what's next?
But I want to compliment the ANZ on your ability to communicate with your client base.
A compliment? What's next? A pre-prepared ANZ press release statement?
In your recent press release,
Bugger!
you've indicated that we've listened to customers' feedback about credit card. These changes mean that they'll have the best rate available from any of the major banks. That's a good competitive position for you to be in.
OK, I see what's going on here. Cue the free ANZ product promotion.
Can you give me an overview of that product that you guys have, that ANZ Mobile Pay, and how you think that differentiates you and adds benefit to your customers?
Yeah, I think if you're referring to our mobile wallet offerings.
Mobile wallet,
yeah,
mobile pay, yeah.
So the reality is today that in our industry, we are increasingly, we've taken an approach, we need to digitise things as quickly as possible, is enabling them to pay for things with their mobile partnership with Apple, because our customers want that.
Oh, any more softball questions, Mr Buchholz? How about asking your mates why they are so much better than the other banks?
How do you communicate with your customers? Because in your statement you said, we've listened to our customers' feedbacks about credit card interest rates. You've got your ear to the ground and you actually are listening to a customer base. So I just want to understand how you listen to your customers and where the other banks potentially don't have that skill set.
So we get literally hundreds of thousands of real-time customer feedback. So if you go into an ANZ branch today and have an A to Z review or talk to independent surveys around customer satisfaction, I actually think one of the better things that we do city across Australia, I sat in a room behind one-way mirrors and watched people talk about banks to be different and to be more responsive to those customers. No perfect answer to how you listen to customers. It's just something you have to build into the company every day.
One last plug for ANZ credit cards, Mr Buchholz.
I want to ask now about, in the credit card space, you mentioned earlier on that you had 85% market share. Does that pay wallet set you apart from different other operators?
So just
Oh,
to give you the stats actually around our cards business, we have about 20% market share. So if you want to borrow money, it's a good way to buy things, but what they are using it is just to live their life. Interesting. Since we launched our mobile wallets and Apple Pay, our market share is increasing. We're getting a roughly around a 20% increase in applications for that low rate card. A 20% increase in acquisition, the number of people who are coming to us.
now let your banker mate lead the discussion, Mr Buchholz.
And there'll be a competitive response and we'll have to work harder again.
Do you suggest there will be a competitive response?
Yep, because that's what he just said.
Well, I think there already has been. That'll be a good thing for consumers.
Now ask about weak recommendations that you already know your mate agrees with, so you can make him look cooperative.
With reference to the recommendations of the committees, number 3 in and around the competition policies, recommendation of the Treasury every 6 months to improve competition in the banking sector, you in principle support that?
Yes.
Is there enough competition in the market?
Oh, look, I think there is. And again, I know we'll have different opinions. That 600,000 customers from somewhere else choose to come to ANZ, and so we get to grow our shares. The intensive competitive market, that's how we feel. We know that, I look at our biggest competitor, they're 85% bigger than us. Feel, anything but that we come with a very intense competitive spirit every day.
Is there a tough question coming any time soon, Mr Buchholz?
I am complimentary.
Nope.
Of the commercial courage that ANZ has shown to move in this space. It is a personal endeavour of mine.
I'm sure it is, Mr Buchholz. Perhaps one last free ANZ product pitch for your mates?
What is your pitch to those with credit cards in other banks to migrate to ANZ
At this point, it may be worth remembering that this Senate inquiry is meant to be a replacement for a Royal Commission criminal investigation. People committed suicide because of what these people did. Just let that sink in.
Chasing this low rate.
Well, you know...
That's a free kick.
Yeah,
if
that's
I've
a
ever
free
given
No,
you
look,
one.
I think the reality is there are different cards for different sectors. What we've got essentially, it's important to note that rate that they're paying is pretty competitive, frankly, is to make sure people are using the right product. And our job is to make sure we can make it really easy for them to move.
Okay, now congratulate your mates again and go and be a snake oil salesman to your constituents.
Thank you. And again, in closing, I just congratulate the bank as a result of conversations that we've had in the past, that you have shifted your interest rates, and I will continue to remind those people, either at church or at football or in the pub, that there is a bank out there listening to their customers' needs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr Buchholz, ANZ customers committed suicide because of the illegal conduct by the bank. On behalf of the victims still suffering, I hope your reward was worth it. It's because of politicians like you that a banking Royal Commission is not only a necessity, it is inevitable. This infomercial was brought to you by Scott Buchholz MP and the ANZ Bank.